Hi, today we'll learn how to show when, where, and how something happens. Alright, so we use something called an adverb. Now an adverb influences other words. These words might be verbs, an adverb might influence adjectives, or an adverb might influence other adverbs. So we use adverbs to describe these things: how something is done, when something is done, where something is done, and how well something is done. So let's go into some more detail. Now, adverbs can describe how something is done. Now, when we do something, we use a verb. Here are some examples. I think quickly. Think is the verb. How do I think? I think quickly. Quickly is the adverb. It's describing how I'm thinking. You speak clearly. Now, speak is the verb. How do you speak? You speak clearly. Clearly is the adverb. Our last example, the poet writes beautifully. Writes is the verb, and beautifully, the adverb, is describing how it happens. The poet writes beautifully. So here, adverbs have a really strong impact on the verb. Okay, moving on. Adverbs can describe where something is done, or the place. So let's take a look. I live downstairs. Now, where do I live? Downstairs. That's the place where I live. So downstairs is the adverb in this sentence. Live is the verb. You live abroad. Live is the verb, and abroad tells us where something is done. He lives nearby. Where does he live? He lives nearby. That's the adverb. So the adverb influences the verb. Okay, rule number 3. Adverbs can describe when or how often something is done. Now, in these examples, we're going to use adjectives. Take a close look. I am tired sometimes. Now, the adjective here is tired. It describes how I'm feeling. When am I tired? I am tired sometimes. You seem happy now. Now, happy is our adjective, and now is the adverb that tells us when you are happy. You seem happy now. Our last example, she looks beautiful always. So here, the adjective is beautiful, and the adverb always is telling us how often something is done. She looks beautiful always. So in these examples, the adverb is influencing these adjectives. Get it? Okay, rule number 4. Adverbs can describe how well something happens. In this case, we're looking at how adverbs can affect other adverbs. For example, I sing well. Now here, well describes the verb sing. Very is an adverb which describes to what level or degree of well I sing. Make sense? Another example. You dance perfectly. Now, perfectly describes the verb dance. But almost is another adverb, and almost lets us know to what level or degree of perfectly you dance. This last example, she speaks quite clearly. Now, clearly is describing the verb speak. Quite is another adverb which lets us know to what level or degree of clearly she speaks. So in these examples, the adverbs have a really major influence on the other adverbs. Okay, moving on. Adverbs have to be placed after the verb. Really important. So I sing well. Sing is our verb. Well is our adverb. It comes after the verb. You dance perfectly. She speaks quite clearly. In these examples, the adverbs come after the verb. Now remember, adverbs can describe how something is done. Adverbs can describe when or how often something is done. Adverbs can describe where something is done or the place it happened. And lastly, adverbs can describe how well something is done or to what level or degree. All right, well done everyone. Don't forget to do the exercises and have lots of practice.